Hello friends, welcome to Cine Talk Assam. Here's my personal interpretation of the unexplained and critical ending of the latest Assamese film, Anur. Before I begin, I would like to request you not to proceed further if you have not seen the film yet. This video might contain some spoilers for you. I wish the cinemagoers had already interpreted something by now and coming here to compare. If not, then no worry. I will try my best to propose a theory regarding the climax scene of Anur. In one of the opening scenes, we saw a bulb getting burst after flickering for a few seconds. And in the climax, we saw a similar situation, but this time, the flickering was quite heavy, right? And do you remember Mrs. Anupama Barwa saying to Mr. Laushit that she used to have a strange fear at night in her own house? She also get to hear certain noises in the stillness of the night, which does not let her sleep. But the same did not happen when she was in the hospital, sleeping all alone in the cabin. That's because she is not alone in the house. When the maid leaves for her home in the evening, when her son Abhishek makes a final call at night, the spirit wakes up to give her company and tries to connect with her through various signs. In one scene, Abhishek explains the reason of selling the house, while insisting her to stay with him abroad. According to him, if the house is not sold after she moves with him, it would become a haunted house. But the irony is that the house is already haunted. That's because Abhishek has left the house a long time back, when he went abroad for higher study and got settled there itself. So, his mother has been staying in that big house all alone, with so many vacant rooms, which can be easily occupied by any negative energy. Now, the question is, whose wandering soul can it be? Perhaps you guessed it already. He is the one seen in a large portrait in the room, hung with a garland of flowers. He was her late husband, who had an untimely demise. He had a dream to stay together in the house that he built with so much of love and affection. So, at night, when she is not surrounded by anybody and when the light goes off, he tries to connect with her. But in reality, they are interconnected only in their memories. In the film, Mrs. Anupama was also seen telling her son that their house has so many fond memories of her husband, for which she doesn't want to sell the property. So, as seen in the film, the old lady is not the only one to get trapped within the walls of the house, the spirit too has been confined there since he left the physical world. Both of them were lonely in their own worlds. They were close, yet so far. Now, coming to the last scene, where Mrs. Anupama is seen groping the glass door. For me, it is purely symbolic. It depicts the breathlessness arising out of loneliness and emptiness in the old age. Her inner soul wants to break free of the claustrophobic life. Now, let me apply my theory on what could have happened after that scene. Will she breathe her last? My simple answer will be, no. Let me tell you why. The wandering soul might have been waiting for her to die and join him. The first time we saw the bulb flickering and bursting in front of her might be an attempt to kill her, but in vain. The spirit had another chance to see her dying, when the robbery incident happened. But luckily she survived, as the little girl rescued her on time. So, at the end, when the bulb was heavily flickering, she had no option than to go out of the house. However, being a patient of claustrophobia, when the lights went out, she was not in a position to open the door due to panic attack. So, she might get fainted at last, as she is not shown to have any kind of heart ailments or other medical issues in the film. If we recall, the movie already gave us a hint to this ending. In the beginning, when the bulb got blasted after flickering and the scene gets dimmed, it gives us a notion that it might have injured her. But the scene moves to the next day, whereby we see her fully fit and fine. So, the director might not have wanted to repeat the sequence again and left it for the audience to interpret. Hope you have liked my explanation video. You may put down your thoughts in the comment box if you could interpret the climax differently. Thank you for your valuable time. See you next time.